Hello, my name is Tamaya Matlock.
And I am Octavia Griffin,
We are here with Hardcover News.
a source of news for the teens for the past 25 years.
Today, we're going to take a look at an NFL lockout and CPS teachers pay cut.
We went around the neighborhood to interview high school football players on the NFL lockout. Here is what they think of it.
Yeah, I think the NFL lockout was it's actually done because it cuts into the economy. It cuts down on, the higher chance for kids being able to stay in school.
That's what they're looking for?
Yeah, that's exactly to me, that's what it is. Like, you take that away, you pretty much telling them, okay, well, we're finna take this sport away. Nowadays, sports is what's really keeping people in school, keeping people up out the streets and not the school. I think that's pretty much just screwing over everybody's money, messing up the economy.
I think they really need to come to a decision because it's really hurting all the fans and people that really look up to the athletes. They need to watch them and watch what they do, and I think it needs to be settled real quick.
Aside from football players, we also interviewed dedicated fans.
I watch the NFL. Disappointed that the season will be slightly affected by what's going on right now. I'm looking at it from the fans' perspective, and there's no games as of yet, so it's disappointing. I just wish that they would just get it together so we could enjoy our Sunday nights and Mondays.
I don't think that the owners were negotiating in good faith. And this is just information that I done picked up over the time. It looked like they had put together a $20 billion war chest to make sure that they could keep the players locked out just in case the players didn't succumb to their demand.
I really feel that the owners need to sit down and seriously put themselves not just in the players' position, but look at the fans. If you don't look at nobody, look at the fans. Where's your compassion for the fans? Because the fans are totally loyal, spending their hard-earned money to come out and supporting these teams. And you slapping us in our face and saying, I don't care about you? I don't think that's right.
The fans and high school football players have the same points of views.
We also had the opportunity to interview the former NFL player, Jarrett Payton.
Let's take a look at his opinion on the disputes of the wages.
NFL lockout gonna end? Do you think it will end, or do you think it's gonna continue?
I think it's definitely. I think we'll see something in the next week and a half. Definitely now. I mean, as much as both sides are kind of holding out, there's too much money to be made. So it's definitely gonna have to. They're gonna have to get back into gear. But they got to figure something out. They got to come to the table and both be on the same page and figure out what works for both sides.
All right. Well, the date I was hearing was the 15th.
Yeah.
I was hearing they were supposed to come to a conclusion by 15.
Now I'm hearing it's the 21st. So now it keeps pushing back. It's kind of like when a rapper goes to release an album and keeps pushing it back every once in a while. So we'll just see what happens. We just got to play it by ear. If you're looking at the rookies, these guys are coming in making $50 million and they haven't done anything yet, which I think it's almost the exact same thing about with the teachers. We're doing things backwards. The guys that have been in the league for a long time, who've been there, who've done great things, they should be getting in the higher wage scales, and then the rookies should have to work their way up that way. They shouldn't come in and get $50 million off the bat.
Lastly, we went out to interview some high school teachers to see their views on the labor wages being cut.
We got to support our kids by any means necessary. And if that means that, we have to sacrifice a 4% raise this year, I think the teachers should be willing. But then at the same time, I think the state should do something to make sure that when those tax revenues come back, that the teachers get what they rightfully deserve.
If the teachers were promised a raise, they should get it. Aside from the fact that they're teachers and they should love to educate students and give back to their community, they shouldn't have been promised it if it wasn't going to happen.
I think it's unfortunate for the teachers that were promised the raise. As a teacher, I know that we work really hard, and teaching is not just like a teaching day job. It's not a 9-to-5 job. It continues after school and before school. So I think it's very unfortunate for the CPS teachers that are affected by the cut. And I know the economy is affecting everybody, but I think I will side with the teachers and say that this is a tragedy for them.
The only thing I know about the whole teacher issue is that how are we supposed to be cutting pay and getting rid of teachers when if we're going to progress as a nation, as people, we gotta have teachers to be able to teach the youth, because the kids are our future. So if we're cutting back on schools when we should be cutting maybe back from other things, and schools should be the last thing that we're cutting out from, because the teachers they're the reason why the kids are learning. And so it doesn't make sense to me. I feel like sometimes our priorities in this world are a little bit backwards. We need to be more worried and putting more money into the schools instead of trying to let's nickel and dime here and there. It's not gonna work.
You right there, jump. You see that? Hey. He did that with me. You know what he did?